124, check wheels down, runway 30, wind 340 at 7, clear to land.
Roger. This is the largest reserve component exercise that we have to date. As we look forward to the future where we're going to be more resource constrained, the exercise here at Hunter Liggett, merging the joint force, provides the opportunities that we will need for the future at relatively low cost to all of the components of the military, and provides just that opportunity for us to work more closely as a fighting team.
As we continue to engage in AEF operations in support of a joint or coalition environment, we need to train the way that we fight. Global Medic and WarX provides that critical platform for this joint interoperability training, exposure to other services, components, and capabilities. The objective here is to ensure that the COCOM has the full range of service component capabilities, regardless of uniform or service, to meet those military objectives. We want to ensure that we integrate and synchronize those capabilities across the broad range of service components or coalition forces that we routinely employ our forces with in the joint environment. Global Medic and WarX does just that.
What we do in the Warrior exercise is we have scenarios and missions where we'll send out a convoy, for example, and the convoy will get ambushed. So we have the whole infrastructure of OPFOR. We also have folks that are role players that play civilians on the battlefield, villagers, and so we launch out a convoy as you would in theater. It gets ambushed, soldiers get injured, casualties. They call in a medical air medevac, and that's where everything kicks in from a medical standpoint. We've got a air medevac company here. They'll fly in, pick up the casualties, take them to a combat support hospital. Then they'll be taken over to the casualty holding unit of the Air Force in preparation to be flown out as simulated in theater to be flown to the hospital operations in country. And so we do all that. It's not simulated, and it's done with real live role players. So everyone gets exercised from the standpoint of having the maximum amount of realism, but also it's controlled for safety purposes. So we inject a lot of realism, but we keep safety as the #1 priority in making sure that every mission is conducted, executed, and closed safely.
Our ultimate goal is to ensure that we deliver the best possible care to the sailor, soldier, airman, and Marine who is injured. Combat casualty care in support of the warfighter is #1. Working in this joint environment will enable us to provide that care side by side. So I think each service brings something to the table. The Navy has their components, the Air Force has their components, and the Army has their components. What we would like to do is to tie everything together so that we can have a seamless operation that delivers the best possible care to our wounded soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines.
Some of the operations provide real challenge to our attendees here. While we know they're technically proficient coming into the field, Global Medic WarX provides that level of training to engage in joint operations, command and control, problem solving, and mentoring leadership opportunities that are not generally found either in garrison or required in place before they actually deploy to places like Afghanistan.
You should be able to get it once you get around 34. Even though they want it 20 minutes down.
environment has been a great experience because, you know, that cross-level training, that's what you're going to do when you go to theater, and them getting exposed to that here at the WarX just kind of preps them for what they're going to experience overseas. But we exchange our theories, we exchange our acronyms, we exchange how we do our business, and, you know, we cross-train between all three services, the Navy, Army, and the Air Force, so it's a great learning environment for everyone.
As we look forward to career development and career broadening opportunities for future leaders of the Air Force Reserve Command, I feel that this provides an excellent opportunity for our folks to get a better feel for what command leadership positions would be like downrange, which in turn is going to make them better leaders for the Air Force Reserve and the Air Force.
It's a wonderful experience to be with our people, seeing the level of skills that they have, dedication to their service, our leadership, how they are just involved with the people. This is just a wonderful experience for me. I couldn't ask for a better experience, frankly.
This is real. This base here, the setup of this base is almost identical when I got here to what we did at Tabuk in Saudi Arabia in March of 2003. We had nothing, absolutely nothing. And now that's the way, that's business. That's business as usual today. The way that the war is being fought is business as usual. And these folks here, many of the folks here are deploying in January. Many of them have never deployed before. And they're thinking, oh, you know what, I'm not so sure how this is going to work out. And they're going to go over there and find out the air smells the same, the ground looks the same, it's hot, it's cold, everything's the same. I've been here before, I know what to do. And that's the whole idea. And so they recognize the importance, they recognize the value in the training. Saving lives is very important, and this is a way that we can enhance the lives of our military members who are fighting the war.
One of the great things about the exercise here at Hunter Liggett is that the OCs, the individuals that are actually running the exercise here, are people that have spent a number of tours downrange and have seen what real combat operations look like. And therefore, as we bring some of our young soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marine forward to work in this collaborative joint environment, it gives the opportunity for them to be trained by people who've experienced it firsthand and give them the benefit of that training to better prepare them for the future.
The overall mission is a huge success. What makes this exercise successful is that you have to have soldiers that are willing to come out and then be willing to learn. My soldiers get the opportunity to hands-on with the different warrior tasks that soldiers are trained to know. It's a full spectrum exercise. You know, we offer them the opportunity to come and partake in events that they're not used to partaking in. So it's an opportunity for them to get out of their lane.
The war of the future is going to be a joint effort. So we work together and we become strong. And knowing what each service does and how they operate, I think, is vital to the future of our defense of this nation and the work we do overseas. So that's the biggest thing that I can think of out of this whole exercise.
The Army has done a great job with their WarX, and we have individually done great work with Global Medic, but as we move forward, we need to look for more opportunity to grow in size and scope of what we do. For instance, I see opportunities for our security forces, for our civil engineers, for any number of other comm units and Red Horse units to expand, to look for more joint opportunities working with both the Army and the Navy.
What I would like to see is that we're actually here in larger numbers next year, that we actually bring a more robust Navy contingent so that we can train in a joint environment.
Go and give them the safety first. Okay, go.
Summit 24, make approach straight in, runway 30, wind 340 at 7, report 6 mile final.